Hello, hello, and welcome to the November book corner. I'm not going to give any excuses this month. I read 2 books, did pretty damn well. Here they are. First book that I finished off this month was Confess by Colleen Hoover. This is the first Colleen Hoover book I have read. Heard a lot of great things about her, which I've said in the book hauls when I picked these up. It was different. She has a really interesting way of writing. It's really gripping and you want to keep reading. It's quite a slice of life, you know, there's nothing fantastical or anything about it. But this was it went down a path that I didn't think it would go down. It was kind of a little bit strange. But I really did enjoy it. I think I'll prefer some of her other books more maybe, but it was a good introduction to her. Yeah, I've heard a lot about This Is Us, which is probably the next. Here comes the cat. What was I saying? Yeah, I've heard a lot. What's happening? Do not jump on that book. There you go. Now, back to where I was. I've heard a lot about This Is Us, which I also recently picked up. It was in my last book haul, and I think I'm going to prefer that one a little bit more because I think that's a little more along the lines of stuff that I already enjoy, like All the Bright Places, Eleanor and Park, that sort of thing. I believe this is a love story, but there's a little bit of a, I don't want to give anything away because the thing that I wasn't so fond of is like a pretty big turning point, but essentially she sort of, the main character does something to help someone in her life that isn't beneficial to her and puts her in an abusive relationship, and I kind of get turned off by just because of, you know, the theme and personal things, but it was still good. It was still a good read. I just think that there are probably better Colleen Hoover books to start with so that you can really enjoy her writing, because her writing is amazing, and then maybe go to Confess. The idea of the confessions and stuff is really cool though. Like, there's this artist and he gets these anonymous confessions and then creates artwork that he's inspired by when he reads the confessions, and I think that's pretty cool. And there are actually some like actual art in here, which was really awesome. It was kind of cool to actually see what they were describing, and I do like that visual, and some of the art is really gorgeous, so yeah. The second book that I read this month was highly anticipated. I was looking forward to this since I think I pre-ordered it in like, I don't know, July, August or something like that. It was Anna Kendrick's Scrappy Little Nobody, and it was so good. I really enjoyed reading this. When I read Amy Schumer, I pre-ordered them both at the same time. This was coming out in November though, so there was a little bit of more time. I had to wait for it. And as I was reading Amy Schumer, I just thought, you know, this is amazing. Amy Schumer's book was really, really interesting and sort of lets you in on like a side of her that I guess the media doesn't let you see. And Anna Kendrick is literally like, what you see was what you get. I think she really puts herself out there in her interviews and stuff, and she doesn't sort of hide her quirks or, you know, her distaste for things. I don't know, she's an honest person, and reading this book makes me realize how honest she is in a lot of her interviews and stuff. And there was some really amazing advice in here as well, like about just sort of sticking to your guns, believing in yourself, and sort of just accepting who you are and embracing that rather than trying to put on this facade and pretend to be someone that you're not. There was a part more towards the end of the book that I really sort of connected with, and that was that she found herself going to clubs and dancing and drinking, and she just didn't quite understand why it was so big, and that was the social thing to do, because you had to go into this loud room with music pumping and you couldn't even talk to the people that you'd gone with. And I have the exact same issue with clubs. I don't understand the point of going. I can't talk to my friends. Even when like you try and scream something at each other, you don't really understand what they're saying, so you're just like, yeah, cool. Like, I just think it's a really fake social interaction, and I don't like clubs for that reason. I don't mind a bar because they're a lot quieter and you can like chat and stuff, but I never enjoyed clubs. I went when I first turned 18, 19, I went to the clubs. I tried it out, realized very soon that it was not for me, and stopped going. I haven't been to a club in a very, very, very long time. I couldn't even tell you the last club that I actually did go to. Even, yeah, I don't know. It was really good to know that it's sort of a universal thing. Like, not everybody enjoys clubbing. I felt like I was missing out on a lot when I didn't go clubbing when I was younger, because my friends would all go and I would either go and leave really early because I just felt really uncomfortable in the environment, or I wouldn't go at all and I would just stay home, and they would have like these hilarious stories of what they did that night, and for a while I was like, I'm missing out on this like massive social thing that all my friends are doing, but it's not that important. We're back. And furthering that, Anna talks about how she enjoys just staying home and will always prefer that over going to any kind of social gathering, and that is me to a T. I have to really push myself to go out sometimes. It depends. Occasionally I am really feeling it, but then I actually get out and I totally change my mind, and I try and, watch the clock and think about what a reasonable time it is to stay at a place before it's okay to leave, because I'm always going to prefer being at home in my pajamas, binge watching something, or watching some movies or something like that. I'm always going to prefer that. And yeah, I found this book really insightful. My favorite celebrity written book or whatever. Really good. I highly suggest it. If you enjoy Anna Kendrick in any way, read it. I absolutely adore her work. Everything that she does, I think she's brilliant. And yeah, it's really nice to know that she is literally what you see is what you get on TV and films. That was it. I went on a little bit of a ramble. I do apologize. There probably won't be a book corner for December. I might do something for like the end of the year, but I'm working a lot in December, like a lot, and I just don't really have the time. I'm still reading, but it's very slow because when I get home from work I'm pretty exhausted, and a lot of the time I just want to eat and then sleep. And so I sort of just watch a little bit of TV and eat some dinner or whatever, and then head to bed like not that long after or whatever. So yeah, this might be the last time this is the last book corner of the year. Thank you for sticking through with it. I think I started up in March and I actually kept it going. There was one where I did 2 in 1, but that's fine. That's alright. Doesn't matter. Yeah, thank you for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye. Not obsessed at all.